Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to iTouch Reviewers. In this video, I've got a pretty cool one for you guys. We're going to be taking a look at the ARCHEER Gaming Speakers. Now this model is the CS09, and as you guys can see right here, here are the specs if you are interested in that. These do have RGB LEDs, so that seems pretty cool. Let's go ahead and crack it open and see what we've got. So we have a quick setup manual here, which hopefully we don't need. You guys can read that if you want, but I don't think we need that. And here are the speakers themselves. So let's pull these out here, one at a time. And nothing else in the box, we can set that to the side. So let's go ahead and unwrap these, see what they look like. Okay, there's one, and here is two. So I like that packaging, pretty minimal, and I like the looks of these so far. So you guys can see in through kind of the grills there, you can see the speaker in there, and you can also see that these are not huge. So these are not going to take up too much room on your desk. So if you have limited desk space, these are perfect. I can already see the RGB LED right there. That's the strip that it's going to come through, and then we've got three buttons here. Looks like we just got a spot for the air to flow through and the cables. So let me get this set up and let's give it a try. All right, I just plugged them in and look at that. They are lit up. You probably can't see them too well because of the studio lights. Let me dim those and we'll take a look. All right, real quick in the pitch black. Again, still coming through exactly perfectly just because of the camera settings, but these are incredibly vibrant lights. Let me see if I can tweak them a little bit more so you guys can see. You guys can see the reflection there. Actually, if I take this little piece of styrofoam here, this might show it a little bit better. Look at how bright these colors are. So that's kind of what they look like. Again, it's blown out on camera, but these look awesome. Let's get some non-copyrighted music and try these out. And just for the record, yes, these are plugged straight into my MacBook Pro. So these are not wireless. All right, guys, so I found some non-copyrighted music. Let's just see how these sound. I'm gonna put these up close to the microphone so you guys can get an idea of it, but let's go ahead and play it. All right, so when I first unboxed these, I actually noticed that they were very low, but they must have been set to minimum volume. Once I cranked that all the way up, I went ahead onto my MacBook, and I also changed that to about 80% volume. So that's what you were hearing there. You got power button here. You've also got volume up, volume down. As you guys can see, I pressed this power button here, and it actually changed to red. So that is the color now being shown. If I press it again, I can change it to green, press it again, blue, which is actually a very dark blue. It's not showing on camera, but this is the rainbow effect that I had before. And if I press it again, it goes to like a cyan blue, and one more time back to red. So these are pretty versatile speakers, I would say. They are relatively small and they can be put on your desk. The thing to take note of is this cable on the back of it. I guess the maximum amount of, feet that these can be apart from each other is based on that. So definitely check out your setup first. Make sure that you have this amount of space. So it's probably, I don't know, maybe 1 meter of space between these two. You could set them up. Just make sure that you have that amount of space. So just make sure you don't need them further apart because if your setup needs it super far apart, obviously these are wired, so you can't do anything about that. Now, I think the main selling point of these not only is the LEDs, but also the price. I mean, these are incredibly affordable. You're just speccing out your first gaming rig or something and you don't have an unlimited budget, these would make actually a pretty good gift for someone. So if we take a look at this itself, you guys already can see the speaker inside of there with the grill. You got the buttons here, the lights. It also says ARCHEER on both of these, as you guys can see. On the bottom, you have some felt grip feet, so it doesn't slide around. Of course, on the back, you've got your hole where the air comes through. And I'm assuming they made this design for something to do with the audio. I'm not an audio expert. However, these sound pretty good for the price. Definitely get loud enough for one person sitting at a desk. The bass does not have super crazy frequency. The sound range for an average song, maybe a pop song or something, it can hit all of the different notes that you're expecting. It's just not going to sound as full as something like a bigger speaker could do because these are only 2-inch speakers. But with that said, I think these have an incredible value for someone, like I said, without a huge budget that just needs some really cool looking gaming speakers. The only thing is I did have to plug this in with the USB to the computer, which obviously powers these. You can use a power bank if you want, but the audio source has to be with the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, which is right here. So you're going to have something with a headphone jack. Most computers these days still do. Even my 2018 MacBook Pro here and the 2021 MacBook Pro that's coming in also has the headphone jack still on it. So these will work with those. But yeah, moral of the story here, great value for the money if you need just a quick pair of speakers that sound decent. They're not going to blow you out of the water, but they do sound good enough just for average everyday music listening, and especially for YouTube videos, no issues here. So check them out, guys. Links down below in the description. If you have any questions about these, drop a comment down below. And that's all I got. If you liked the video, hit it with a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.